Right.
Well,
Nowadays, of course, they're getting very bizarre. Now everything's got to be transvestites and transsexuals and people who make love to tables and chairs and animals and talk show hosts who cross-dress. But I would still like to think that there's a niche for a show like Bernice Perry, a show like Joe Franklin's that deals in non-bizarre and non-kinky and non-tacky and non-gauche subjects. So I think we're not exactly dinosaurs. We're maybe on the way to being a relic, but I think the ratings show that we still have our niche, right? Right, Mayor Beam? We still have our niche. We're going to stay a while, right?
well, Joe Franklin, it's so nice for you to take the time to sit down in your busy schedule. You're celebrating at least 40 years on commercial television.
Right.
Right, and it's syndicated now all over the country.
And I've got many, many reasons to be proud. I gave the first exposure ever. And nobody discovers anybody, but I gave the first exposure ever on TV to people like Elvis Presley and Woody Allen, Barbra Streisand, Bette Midler, Eddie Murphy, Bruce Springsteen. But the two that I'm proudest of, and I'm saying this now in front of a lot of people, are Pat Faranga and Bernice Perry. Those are my two most favorite, most illustrious. And I mean that. Right. And please.
Do you remember Elizabeth Easter Ray, the Hungarian actress singer?
Are you kidding? She got me. No, I'm serious now. Elizabeth got me one of my very highest ratings. I think you were on that night with Raquel Welch or Billy Crystal, right? No, serious, weren't you? And everybody. Right. I remember.
Beautiful Frankenstein lady.
Oh, if I was only 3 months younger. Only 3 months
Joe
younger.
Franklin, going down memory lane with you. I mean, Saturday night, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm up listening to, it's really, I think, the best radio memory lane story.
I had dinner the other night with Tony Bennett and Jimmy Roselli, and they both spoke about that young man over there named Frank Sinatra. You know what they said? That there is one consistent singer in the world. You know what that means? That I guess consistent means always brilliant, always great. And I mean, for
Mr.
Tony,
Francis Albert Sinatra.
Tony Bennett, and I wish I brought the photograph Francis sent me.
Yeah,
He wrote, "Dear Joe, congratulations on your 40th anniversary. You're almost catching up with me now." And he wrote, "Love, Francis Albert, also known as Frank Sinatra."
And I love the way you have it memorized.
And he
and
really-
you find it, because it's really a rare
Right.
Francis Albert Sinatra, which I call him, as you know, Mr. Francis Albert Sinatra. And since I have started calling him Mr. Francis Albert Sinatra, down the road, almost everybody is doing the
Let me
same
ask
thing.
a beautiful lady over there who's more romantic than I am. Elizabeth, how many people do you figure fell in love and got married and had babies listening to the persuasion of Frank Sinatra's records on the radio and on their turntables? How many would you estimate? In the millions?
Well, Joe, I have to tell you, congratulations, you are also a friar now.
Yes.
Also.
I haven't paid my dues.
An Honorable Abraham Bean.
I'd just like to mention the fact that even though I'm not a singer, I had the pleasure of being on Joe's program a couple of times.
Great anchorman. And at that time, Mayor Bean was not yet the mayor. And you might remember a fellow named Alex Daybreak brought you to meet. Remember Alex Daybreak?
Yeah.
And you were a little bit depressed because things weren't happening. But what was the job before mayor? Control. And he was saying he's getting fed up, nothing is happening. I said, something good will happen, Mr. Beam. And later on, he was, and the same thing with Mario Cuomo. When he was lieutenant governor, he'd come on my show all the time and say, Joe, I'm so depressed, nothing is happening. I can't get a break. I said, be patient, you'll get a break.
Well,
And look what
Mr.
happened.
Joe Francis Albert Sinatra can help because the show with a Sean Peterson page called The Clever Mind.